Formula for the binomial expansion is a to the n and then nc1 a to the n minus 1 bx. Essentially, we keep lowering the power on the a and increasing the powers on the bx, and we use ncr. So the rth term, I'm going to write that one down, is ncr a to the n minus r bx to the r. We carry on all the way up to n. So we're given information on the third term. Actually, be careful with that. That is going to be when n is 2, although it is given away there with the x squared. And the fourth term is when n is 3. And this is when in ascending powers of x. Now, if we work in descending powers of x, it's a little bit different. In fact, this is more important than it might first seem, because it's going to give us the value of n. The fourth term in descending powers of x is an x cubed term, which means the third term would be x to the 4. Second term would be an x to the 5 term, and the first term would be an x to the 6 term. Right, that is actually telling us that n is equal to 6. And we're now ready to use the other two pieces of information. So we're going to have that 6c2 multiplied by a to the 4 multiplied by bx squared is going to equal 105x squared. I think I'll deal with that now. Like the x squareds, I can just cancel the x's. Okay, 6c2, need to deal with that. So that is going to be 6 factorial. I don't need to do that. 6 factorial over 4 factorial 2 factorial, because NCR is n factorial over n minus r factorial r factorial. Now the 6 factorial is 6 times 5 times 4 factorial. It's a good little way of dealing with it without a calculator, because now I can just cancel out the 4 factorials. 6 times 5 over 2 is then 15. So I've got 15 a to the 4 b squared equals 105. And I can cancel that down even further, because 15 actually goes into 105, I think, so it's going to be 7. So a to the 4 b squared is 7. Okay, we'll just underline that for the moment and then deal with the next one. So 6c3 times a to the 3 times bx to the 3 is 210x cubed. Again, I can get rid of the x's. 6c3 work out in a similar way. It's going to be 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial over 3 factorial 3 factorial. They cancel. 3 factorial is actually 6, so I get 20. So 20 a to the 3 b, so that should have been to the 3 as well, b to the 3 is 210. So a to the 3, b to the 3 is 21 over 2. Okay, so that is another thing I can use. And we're actually asked for a over b squared. So what I can do is take the a cubed, b cubed, and no, other way around. I want to do a to the 4 b squared and divide by a cubed b cubed, because that will give me a over b. So I will have 7 over 21 over 2, which ends up being 14 over 21, because I've just change flip, I've just done 7 times 2 over 21, which then will simplify, divide top and bottom by 7 to 2 over 3. And this also simplifies to a over b. So then a over b all squared equal 4 over 9. Nice question.